At the time of making this video, 35 USD, $35 is all this was. If you're wondering what this is, well, this is a wolf tooth bar end. I'm gonna get into all of the details on what this does, but obviously it's not the traditional grab the bull by the horns bar end that I rode when I was a kid. This bar end does something a little bit different. You'll see them all over the downhill scene right now, but do they work for average heads like myself? Well, that's what I'm curious about. So how you use this is you plug it on the end of your bars just like this. So you plug it in here, smush it in. Now I had to modify my grips. I just cut the end of the grip off, but you can get grips that'll have an open end to allow you to do this without any modifications. But essentially you just plug it in, crank this bad boy to like 3 Newton meters or so. So these bar ends are all the rage right now in the downhill scene. They've not really spilled over significantly to enduro or just average trail riding quite yet. But the purpose for these bar ends is their claim is that they eliminate arm pump. So what is arm pump? Well, when you are, riding a trail and you feel that burning sensation in your forearms, it can be caused by a lot of things. It can be caused by blood flow, oxygen levels in your blood, lactic acid buildup in your muscles, all sorts of things, but it's generally not attributed to just wimpy arms, though wimpy arms can play a little bit of a role in it, I guess. But what the claim is on these is if you suffer from arm pump and that discomfort that really inhibits your ability to maintain a strong grip on the bars, these claim to relieve that. So how could something this simple possibly relieve arm pump? Well, what it is it's another contact point for your hand. So if you can see here, my hand fits up against it pretty nicely. The claim is that that added contact point gives you something additionally to rely on for contact with the bars. Therefore, you don't have to grip so hard. You don't have to engage your forearm nearly as much. And that small benefit can have big results in eliminating arm pump. This is the very first time that I've ridden with them. I literally just put them on here minutes ago. It's giving me time to take a breather, bro. You're good, dog. Yeah, all good, bro. You're good, man. All right, first time ever riding this trail. That's pretty sick. Had no clue what to expect. Yo. It's funny, if you're familiar with Star Wars, these make me feel like I'm flying a TIE fighter. Phew. There's just enough like overgrowth to make it hard to read the trail up ahead. So I can definitely feel them. Like it is like a added contact point for my hands. Not 100% sure I like the feeling. Let's park here. I feel like they're pressing into the side of my hand, which I guess is the point of them. So it's less of like a subtle thing and more of a very aggressive, intrusive thing for me. Certified knockers all over the place. Watch your eyeballs, watch your head. That might have been a broken rim right there. We're gonna find out. Still rolling fine. All right, so if you've ever suffered from arm pump, you know that it can be kind of debilitating in terms of maintaining control on the bike, because it's really hard to hold on to the grips when you have that burning sensation in your forearms. Now, I believe that there are different types of arm pump, and a lot of the arm pump, I think that a lot of like basic normal enthusiasts experience, not like your World Cup downhill level rider, is the arm pump that is actually more of hand pump, and that comes from dragging your brakes too much, engaging your hand muscles just continuously down a lengthy trail. So these won't help you there, I don't believe. You're still gonna feel that hand pump from over braking. Now what you could argue is when your hands are tired from hand pump, these then give you that, you know, added dimension of contact. So when your hands are weak and tired, these still offer a little bit of support. But the first experience on them is this. It's kind of like when you get on public transit and like the whole train or the whole bus is open and two bastards sit on either side of you super tight. That's what these feel like. They feel a little uncomfortable in that regard, as in they are like cramping the freedom of my hands. So maybe it's just like my palm fat pushes out over the edge of the bar more than I ever thought. Now I'm the king of finding comfort and discomfort. I mean, I rode a Century ride on a Walmart bike and didn't complain hardly at all. I do feel that when these bars turn or you lean your bike over and there's just a little bit of lean in your bike, that this pushes into this bone right here. It's not comfortable at all. And like if you ram into something or, you know, whatever, you get pushed into that angle, I could see that like doing some major bruising on your wrist. So I'm gonna play with the rotation angle of these because maybe I can reduce that contact point. So my first impression so far is that they're not very comfortable, and the goal for them is to add comfort. So do I feel like I can push into these? I can, but it gets uncomfortable for my high hand. Like the control I get when I push down with my low hand, I get that bite point in my high hand. Yoo-hoo! Where's the trail go? Oh, I could have gone up and over that. Oh, I should have bunny hopped that. Just kind of figuring it out as I go here, folks. So what's happening is this part here is like digging into my wrist. I'm not really too much of a wimp, but it's annoying, and like if there's little benefit with the support I get on the sides of my hands, and that's not worth the annoyance. So I'm going to bend them down a little bit, see if that helps. Onward. Let's see if that helps. It doesn't really match like the profile of my hand anymore, but it does feel, well, can't say that it feels more comfortable. Here we go, we gotta get double. Man, this stuff is loose. Like little marbles. Baby tabletop. There definitely are a lot of like creative lines on this trail that I'm just seeing at the last minute, so I'm not really taking them. See this? Oh, you could gap that right there. I might have to go back and do that. Look! tell you this, if you do any climbing, oh, I missed that right there. You're gonna hate them. Don't know what that was. It is so unbelievably hot out. I just feel like my energy was zapped on the 2 climbs that I already did to the top. So I'm gonna take it easy on my response times. Feel delayed. Woo, 2-wheel drifting. Double wheel drift, man. All right. They're real stiff. I almost wish they had a little bit of flex in them just so they weren't so like noticeable. I have no doubt that if you crash hard in the rocks, they are sturdy and they're gonna hold up. But they're just super uncomfortable. So I actually really hate these and I can't wait to get them off. They actually, for me personally, they offer more discomfort than they do comfort. They're just kind of like always pressing against your hand, and maybe it's me because I like my palm to spill out over the grip edge. But they're just uncomfortable. They're kind of annoying. They're always pressing back on you. And then like when you angle your bike, if you lean your bike, that uphill hand, they kind of dig into the wrist a little bit and into the joint. So it's annoying. And because they don't offer like just even a tiny marginal bit of like comfort to reduce arm pump for me, then it's just not worth it. Now at $35, it might be worth it for you to give them a try. I'm not saying that they might not work for you, but they're just annoying and I can't wait to get them off. I think a lot of arm pump comes from, you know, people not breathing, holding their breath, over braking, gripping the bars tighter than they need to. I think just your average rider, right? Your average rider, if they work on those things, it will be more beneficial than spending $35 for these. This is just for your average enduro riding schmucks like myself. I believe what will happen is these will kind of go the way of oval chain rings. Oval chain rings were the hype a few years ago. And I'm sure there still are some people that ride with an oval chain ring and swear by them, but the majority of people have forgotten about them. And I think that that's going to be the case for these.